Every night at 1 a.m., my neighbor would blast music so loud my walls would shake. He thought he owned the whole block, but what he didn't know was that one day his air conditioner would betray him, and I would be the one holding the remote. About 5 years ago, I moved into what was supposed to be my peaceful dream home. It was a charming townhouse with smart features, quiet surroundings, and a small patch of grass I imagined relaxing near on weekends. That fantasy evaporated the very first night. The unit next door, separated by just one wall, was home to a man I came to know as Brad. The first few days, he seemed harmless, a laid-back guy in gym shorts and flip-flops who waved lazily while dragging his trash cans out. But by 11 p.m., the illusion was shattered. My living room wall turned into a subwoofer. Loud, rhythmic music thumped through the drywall like I was at a club I never agreed to enter. At first, I tried to cope. Maybe it was just one night, maybe a celebration. But no, this was Brad's nightly ritual. Music would blare past midnight, sometimes until 2 a.m. He'd yell, laugh with his friends, slam cabinets, or talk loudly on speakerphone with whoever could tolerate his 1 a.m. rants. I had a 3 a.m. shift for work. While I dragged myself out of bed exhausted, he was still passing beers to his friends on the porch. One day I confronted him, not angrily, just with hope. I knocked on his door and said, "Hey man, I have to be up really early. Could you maybe keep the volume down late at night?" He took a long sip of his drink, looked me up and down and said, "Everyone's noisy around here, chill out." Then he closed the door. That became the theme. No matter how many times I asked him to be respectful, the answer was always some version of deal with it. He parked in the guest spot closest to my home, making it harder for my guests. He let his dog relieve itself on my side of the lawn, never cleaned it up, and once even laughed when I stepped in it. Brad was the kind of guy who thought decency was optional. I lived every day in a state of sleep-deprived frustration. The stress started eating at me. Headaches, anxiety, even minor depression from the constant disruption and helplessness. That's when fate gave me a gift. One night, I was dimming the lights through my smart home app when a pop-up appeared. New device detected. Fancy brand portable aircon unit. Would you like to add this device to your home? I blinked. What? I didn't have a portable AC. But I remembered. Brad had one. I'd seen it delivered just days before, and our living room shared a wall. My system had detected his Bluetooth signal. Out of curiosity and with a devilish smile, I hit yes. No password, no authentication. Suddenly, I had complete control over Brad's air conditioner. Temperature, modes, power, everything. I could turn it into an Arctic wind tunnel or a furnace with the tap of a screen. I didn't plan to do anything at first, but then, at 3 a.m., as I was getting ready for work and could hear him snoring through the wall, I opened the app and set his AC to 61, full blast. By 6 a.m., I checked again. He changed it back. I smiled and turned it cold again. Thus began the game. Every morning without fail, I turned his AC to full blast icy mode while he was deep in sleep. I did it for 2 weeks straight. I imagined him waking up freezing, confused, tired. I imagined him questioning the unit, resetting it, Googling error codes. All the while, I was sipping coffee, warm and content, watching karma work through HVAC. Then came the payoff, a post in our neighborhood Facebook group. Free, portable air conditioner keeps malfunctioning. First come, first serve, pick up at Brad's address. I laughed for a solid minute. Then I walked over casually, picked it up, and brought it home. It now sat in my garage, a monument to glorious, silent revenge. But the story didn't stop there. Oh no, because Brad, true to form, didn't learn from his mistakes. A week later, a delivery truck dropped off a new package at his door. A top-of-the-line smart speaker system. I watched from my window as he eagerly dragged it inside. That night, I scanned my smart app and bingo, there it was. New device. Elite Sound Smart Audio. Oh, Brad, you beautiful, arrogant fool. I didn't hijack his music. That would be too obvious. Instead, I created a nightly automation. At exactly 2 a.m., the speaker would receive a silent ping, just enough to disconnect it, cause a minor reset, or confuse the system. Nothing damaging, just irritating. The first night, I heard him mutter. The second, I heard cursing. By the fourth, he was yelling, "Why is this thing turning off by itself?" I heard him call customer support and say, "It's like this thing has a mind of its own." I nearly cried from laughter. Days later, he posted again, "Selling speaker system, might be defective. $10, I bought it. Wore a hoodie and glasses and walked up at dusk with cash." He didn't recognize me. I took it home, paired it to my system, and now it sits next to the AC in my wall of justice. As time passed, Brad started to change. He stopped partying so late. The walkway was cleaner. He started leashing his dog. Not because he became a better person, but because I made his life difficult without ever confronting him. I stayed invisible. He became paranoid. The best part? He posted online asking if anyone had experienced smart tech malfunctions from neighboring devices. People laughed. He deleted the post. By this time, I had months of evidence of his behavior. Photos of messes, timestamps of loud music, clips of dog mess, and blocked driveways. I compiled everything and submitted it anonymously to our HOA. They sent multiple warnings, then fines. Brad was furious. I heard him scream, "I'm being targeted." Yes, Brad. Yes, you were. But never directly, never illegally. Just systematically, through strategy, silence, and smart technology. Eventually, Brad moved. One morning, I saw a U-Haul in his driveway. He was cursing at boxes. One was labeled, "New AC." I didn't help. I just sipped my coffee, opened my window, and let the cool morning breeze drift in. My house was calm. My walls no longer shook. My home was mine again. Now, years later, I still live here. I've upgraded my system. The AC and speakers sit in my garage like relics of war. Every time someone new moves into the neighborhood and asks about weird tech glitches, I smile and say, "You should always secure your smart devices." People laugh, but I'm serious. Because revenge doesn't always need to be dramatic. Sometimes it's slow, quiet, deliberate. Sometimes it comes in the form of a notification at 9 p.m. And when the opportunity arises, you don't waste it. You don't scream or fight. You don't get angry. You get cold, literally. I didn't vandalize. I didn't threaten. I didn't even raise my voice. I simply watched, waited, and used what was already available. That's the beauty of subtle revenge. They never see it coming. They can't prove a thing. They just feel it, slowly, over time, until they break or disappear. People say revenge is a dish best served cold, but I say revenge is a setting on a smart AC, and I'm the one with the remote.